Well, so Thursday, for those listening, a little bit of inside baseball. We rack our brains a week in advance, or at least I do. Always trying to think of what we're going to talk about the following week. So we record tonight. Tonight's a Wednesday. So on the way to work tomorrow, I'll be thinking about, okay, what are we going to talk about next week? And so I was heading to work last Thursday, and I was listening to a podcast, and I knew that SEMA was going on because we were invited to SEMA. I actually had tickets and everything. It didn't fit into my schedule to get out to Vegas, and maybe next
We're
year I
very
will.
popular. Very popular.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter. We're media. Give or take, we are media. We do get media passes, and I was invited to come out there and check out all the festivities, and just couldn't fit it into my schedule. But I'm going to try to do it next year. But so I knew that was going on. And I was telling James earlier. So I get off and I'm down the street from my work, and I'm sitting on a road called Orange Blossom Trail. And I look up in my rearview mirror, and I see this really, really nice jacked up Jeep coming up behind me. I mean, dude had, big wheels, fender flares, just had it all decked out. And I can appreciate a big truck or jacked up Jeep because I like it. A guy had probably had, 40 grand in stuff on this Jeep, right? Pulls up right next to me at the light. And I look over, guy's big dude, yoked, been in the gym all day. I don't know. Right? He's yoked up, right? And I look over, but probably 60 fucking ducks on the dash.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Dude has 40 grand in mods in this damn Jeep. It's a beautiful Jeep. It's all jacked.
$3 ducks.
Right. He's got ducks all over the entire thing. So I couldn't help it. I rolled down my window and I was like, dude, Jeep's freaking awesome. He goes, thanks, man. I said, but the ducks are fucking retarded. And I just drove off. Because, I mean, I'm sorry, dude. I don't get it. Maybe it's not my gig. I don't know. So then I thought, okay, let's combine SEMA. We can go over some of the stuff we saw built at SEMA, but then I started thinking, when is mods too far? What mods do we like?
Never.
What mods do we think is stupid? What trends are going on that we agree with, we disagree with, and we just figured we would just shoot the shit for a half an hour on this kind of stuff and old man talk, which is rant about shit we think is stupid.
Yeah,
and yell at clouds.
Yeah, if we can start just because of your story on the off-road, the mall crawlers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this because I've almost been run off the road by many of these motherfuckers. The Carolina squat is probably at the height of retardation.
Yeah, I agree.
Or
100%.
autism when it comes to car modifications. That one I understand there's no purpose. But, the Jeep crawlers or just lifted with all the bits, right? Like control arms, unlock sway bars, all the stuff, rock sliders, all the stuff. And all that stuff is ridiculous when you're trying to go 85 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour down the interstate, right? And you can watch them drift back and forth in the wind.
You can hear them half a mile away.
Oh, it's awful. And that's, to me, listen, I've had a lifted FJ Cruiser. I did take it off-road. It was a blast. I loved it. But it was awful on the interstate. And it prompted me to get, a proper interstate car, which, is when we sold that, I was in a car for a bit, but then we got the Cayenne. But I mean, there's a way to do normal off-roading, i.e. a Cayenne or a Touareg. Even if you put a mild 3-inch lift on it or something, those things are still proper vehicles